Server reviews!
Hey!
Yay! Newsroom!
Newsroom! Newsroom!
Ah.
Okay.
So, this week, me and me alone reviewed Mr. Nobody's Endless Hallway,
Yeah?
and I spent about 5 hours on it.
Jeez.
So, let's watch that video.
Let's watch.
Yeah, right here on the green screen. So pretty much this server is just a really long hallway that's at some points kind of creepy, I guess. There's really no point to it except get to the end of the hallway, and it's practically just the same hallway duplicated over a long, very long period of time, and I still haven't gotten to the finish. But you start to come across certain landmarks, and it gets kind of interesting what kind of landmarks there are. Here we have our first landmark, which is pretty much just a guy breakdancing on a rainbow floor. He has a little buddy to the left, and there's a radio, little boombox, that he's breakdancing to. This is your first landmark you're gonna see. It takes a little bit to get here, but you know, not too long because there's much more left. As you go through the hallway, you start to see some pretty funny conversation. Like, these people are talking about how if the Bible doesn't have pictures, then they won't read it. No pics, no read. This landmark is like a gauntlet. It doesn't hurt you if you go through it. On to the next one. And now we're at this part of the hallway where it's pretty much looks like a giant glitch in the map, where it's just the floor and the lights, and then there's just this black void here everywhere. It's I think it's a pretty cool place, and I really like this part of the map. This was maybe my favorite part of the map because there are people that try and cheat and auto walk by, like, I don't even know how do they do it, but people who don't do it right, and instead of doing what I did, which was actually walk down the whole map, they get stopped by this wall. And it's pretty funny because when you're walking down this place, you can just see who was cheating, and they're just standing there and doing nothing. It's pretty funny. I stared at them for a while. On the next landmark, you just come to a radio sitting in the middle of the hallway, and that's pretty much it for that landmark. On the next landmark, there is a Bible and a skull. When you click on the Bible, it says something about it all being fairy tales. You can read it yourself. I really don't care. And on to the next landmark. This landmark is literally just a bunch of coffins sitting in the middle of the hallway. On to the next landmark. On this landmark, it's a bed and a sign above it that says sleep now. And there is a picture of a blockhead to the right. That's him. His face. Anyways, yep, you pretty much really can't do anything here. So, on to the next landmark. The next thing you're gonna see is a giant wall blocking the hallway. I actually thought when I came to this wall that it was the end of the actual hallway, and I was really happy. And then I walked up to it, and it burst. So, still more to come. The next thing you come to is a door that leads to nowhere. You ring the buzzer, and then you click on the door, and it says, "It's locked, yay!" On to the next one. The next landmark you come to is a lamp that has broken off the ceiling and just landed on the ground. And that's the only landmark you really see, so that's pretty much it for that landmark. On to the next one. The next landmark you see is just part of the hallway is on fire, and there's a stop sign. It doesn't say anything on it, I don't think. I didn't film it if it did. So there you go. On to the next one. This landmark is just a stop sign, and it says you've made it halfway. So, and then on the back it says lie. So I don't know if it's lying or not. I hope so, but you know. This is kind of a landmark, kind of not. It's where somebody had stopped, or where they just couldn't take it anymore and just left the game. On to the next one. This one I think is just another auto walker barrier. The signs don't really say anything. On to the next one. This landmark looks like it's supposed to be a bunch of wood fallen. You pretty much just climb over it. Nothing else really. On to the next one. This landmark is just a bunch of doors. I don't think there's anything special about them. I didn't click on every single one. Maybe one might give you jets, which would be really cool, but I really don't know. So that's pretty much it. On to the next landmark. On this landmark, it's just another guy with a boombox. This time it says "Go Team." After this one, I decided to take a break and go outside and go sledding. It was kind of a big mistake. You'll see in a second. Because if you leave, this happens. And yeah, if you go AFK long enough, this is what happened to me. So if you're gonna do the server, you gotta really commit hours of your time. It took me about 2 to 4 hours to get to that part. So there you go. If you want to play on the server, it's Mr. Nobody's. Have fun.
Oh boy, that was something.
Wow. Yeah. Yeah.
Yep.
Seems crazy. Seems very crazy.
So I'm gonna go ahead and give a review on that server. I would give that server an 8 out of 10. Although it was very long and time-consuming, I really liked how invented it, like how creative it was.
What would you rate it?
I just said 8 out of 10.
No, the little things after it. 8 out of 10 something.
8 out of 10. These guys.
These little guy?
Yeah, this little guy.
Oh, cool.
Whatever he is. Isn't he awesome?
Yeah. Look at him. Okay. Anyways.
Okay. See you next time.
Goodbye.